Hello again from my front porch. Sorry to scare you being so close, but you see the sun, now that the days are getting longer again, the sun is shifting into a position that if I actually sit back where I normally sit, I get the lines from the window. See, I get my mustache back because the lines from the window. So I'm gonna lean forward a bit for this one this morning here, just so you don't have to deal with all of that confusion there. I'm wearing the dad sweater because it's a little bit chilly here again in Iowa. The temperatures dropped a bit and have stayed down, and it's funny to hear people complaining about it. They're like, "Oh, it's so cold." Well, you know, it is still winter. It does kind of get that way this time of year. Sorry. I mean, you can complain about it still if you want to. That's okay, but it's still winter. That's what happens. And in fact, we got snow again because, you know, we didn't have snow, and then we got snow, and then the snow went away, and then we got snow, and then it went away, and well, now we've got snow again. And if you did not, or I should say, if you did scoop off your driveway or your sidewalk, the day after we got the snow, it warmed up enough that all of that melted off then. So you had bare driveway and bare sidewalk. But I will show you that I did not do this. I had not done my driveway. And so as you see here, oh, here, I'm going to make you dizzy spinning around like that, aren't I? But see, as you see here, my driveway, yep, still pretty packed. Still pretty snow-packed. Even the front steps here, yep. See, so obviously I've not ordered pizza for delivery for a while because otherwise, how would the poor pizza guy get in? You know, slip and fall down. So anyway, we got snow, and it looks like this snow may be here for a while. We'll just see. Now, last night I got to sing national anthem at the Iowa Energy game. That was a lot of fun. It was a surprise too because the Iowa Energy, I sang for them at the beginning of the season for their fan fest to kick off the season at the start of the year, and that was great fun. But they weren't sure that they'd get me in for a regular season slot because there are a lot of other people who like to do it, and they like to get groups to come in to sing, especially school groups. Why? Because for every school group you have a bunch of parents that want to come see them, and those parents have to buy tickets. So it's a means of helping to fill their seats. I get it. I understand how that works. So anyway, they weren't sure that I would be able to get a regular season slot. So we were kind of playing it by ear, whatever. Well, then a couple of days ago, they call and say, "Hey, we've had a cancellation on Thursday night. Would you be able to fill in?" And I said, "Sure, of course. Unless I am physically unable to be there, I will always say yes to singing the national anthem." I love singing the national anthem. And in fact, I want to show you what it looked like this last Thursday.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hand over the heart, see, because it's national anthem. See? That's what you do when you sing the national anthem. You stand and you put your hand over your heart. At least I do. Because I do take it seriously. For me, it's not just singing a song. People ask me all the time, do you ever get nervous singing the national anthem in front of, big crowds and stuff? And I say, no, I really don't. But I have been known to get emotional. I do that quite frequently, in fact, while singing the song. Because when I'm singing the national anthem, I'm actually thinking about the events that Francis Scott Key was watching when he wrote the original poem that became the lyrics for the national anthem. I mean, the sacrifices that those people made because they believed in this concept of freedom. They believed in this idea of self-governance, of independence. and that they were willing to very literally put their lives on the line in pursuit of that belief, not just selfishly for themselves, but for those of us many generations later who would follow. It's for that reason that I don't take my freedoms for granted either. That people say, why do you worry about politics so much? It's all lame. It's all bogus. It's, it's corruption. There is a lot of bogus corruption and lameness and all that stuff in there. However, I believe that if we don't pay attention and we don't stay involved, then we are completely ignoring the legacy that these great individuals from our past did to get us to this point. And for all the problems that our nation has, and it does have lots of problems, for all the problems our nation has, it is still, in my humble opinion, the best nation on the face of the earth. And nothing you can say will ever change my mind about that. So, that being the case, when I sing the national anthem, I do take it very seriously. It means a lot to me. It touches me deeply, personally. Which means I was really, last night was a little tough for me. Not just because of the usual singing the anthem, but because of the way the Iowa Energy introduced me. Now, you didn't hear it on the clip because it didn't get included in the clip, but that's okay. But normally when I get introduced, they say, please stand and rise, remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem performed for us tonight by Paul Smith. The announcer voice. Last night, they said, please rise, join us for the national anthem. They said something about it also being a time to honor our service members in uniform. They might have even mentioned police and fire. And I was getting ready to sing, so I wasn't completely focused on it, but I know it was more than just the traditional thing. But as they said my name, they said, and it's performed for us tonight by, and I quote, it's performed for us tonight by our friend, Paul Smith. And I thought, the Iowa Energy says I'm their friend on the sound system in front of everybody. Really, I know it sounds goofy, but I was really touched by that. I filled in last minute. They knew they could call me to do that. And they say, hey, our friend, Paul Smith. And so then I'm supposed to sing a song I already get emotional about. But it went well. As you saw, I didn't flub it up and nobody threw anything. I always consider that a success too. Anyway, I have to get going to work, and so I'm going to get on my way with that. But thank you for spending a little time with me again this morning here on my front porch, and I'll see you next time from my front porch.